As promised, we want to say hello to the head football coach of the New England Patriots. He's Bill Belichick, and he's nice enough to give us a few minutes live on the line. Coach, welcome back. It's Adam Shine and Rich Gannon, Sirius Blitz, Sirius NFL Radio. How are you?
Good, Adam, Rich. How you guys doing today?
Doing well, Coach. Hey, congratulations on the win yesterday. I want to go back and first of all start with the defense. I know that every time we seem to talk about the Patriots, we focus on this great offense, but I thought the play of the defense yesterday was significant in that win.
Well, it sure was. Anytime you turn the ball over 5 times, well, unless you really have a bad day, that puts the odds of winning pretty strongly in your favor. And we got some turnovers, 4 interceptions, and a strip sack, and the ability to start off the game from ahead, the interception return by Bodden for a touchdown and play from ahead and be able to, I don't want to say disregard the running game, but, it was negated a little bit by the score. That helped our pass rush and gave us some turnover opportunities. So, it was a good effort defensively and we got some breaks go our way that, we're fortunate.
Coach, I think you nailed it. You took the Jets out of their element and what they wanted to do. A week ago, Rich and I talked to Rashean Mathis. He said there's a bit of a book on Mark Sanchez. He gets that happy feet if you rattle him. What did you see on film when you studied Sanchez and that first pick 6? How big was that in terms of Bodden changing the momentum of the ball game?
Well, it was a huge play in the game. Of course, we saw Sanchez earlier in the year, and he played very well against us in the second game of the season down there in New York. But I think on that first play, it looked like there was just a little bit of the miscommunication there between Sanchez and Cotchery. Cotchery kind of ran a curl pattern and sort of ran back inside on it, and Sanchez threw it thinking he was going to, come more straight back at him, and then it went right to Lee, and he ran it in. So it was kind of being in the right place at the right time, getting a good read on the ball by Bodden, and then turning an interception into a long run back. So I think part of it was good play on our part. Part of it looked like it was a little bit of a missed execution thing by the Jets.
Coach, when you think about all the turnover you've had on the defensive side of the ball, guys like Bruschi and Vrabel and Harrison and Seymour, are you surprised at how well this defense has played so far this season?
Well, Rich, it's been interesting. As you say, there's over the last 2 years, there's a lot of new names and faces over there. And, I think the one thing that we do have is, in addition to youth, is speed and athleticism, and I think that hopefully that's translated into fewer big plays. We haven't given up a lot of big plays this year, and that's long plays, and that's given us a chance to at least compete down after down, and our pursuit and our overall team speed and has been a positive for us. So it's good to see those guys work hard in practice and see it come together for them like that on the field yesterday. And hopefully we can continue to get better. But those guys work well together. They have started to develop a good chemistry and communication system, and we're not making a lot of adjustment mistakes and that type of thing that we're limiting those, and that's certainly helped the overall performance of the group.
Coach, you referenced week 2 against the Jets. Feels like a lifetime ago. That was a game the Jets. Why? Really? I mean, a season ago at this stage. Wes Welker didn't play for you guys in that game. And look, you're not going to make excuses, but it obviously was impactful in terms of the result. We saw what Wes Welker did yesterday. What's the impact in terms of Wes Welker on your offense on a week-in, week-out basis?
Well, Wes is a very good inside receiver, and Randy's a very good outside receiver, and Kevin's very good coming out of the backfield. So I think that those 3 components of the passing game put some pressure on the defense in terms of what they want to try to defend and take away, and it's hard to get all of them at once. So Wes gives us the ability to throw in the short and intermediate areas, and Randy down the field, and Kevin out of the backfield and screens and draws and things like that. So each of those guys complement each other. You can go to different games during the season or different situations, third down situations, and see different guys coming up with plays. So, sometimes they take one thing away and that opens up something else, and vice versa. But, Wes is certainly a big part of it, and his ability to go inside and catch the ball, get open against man-to-man coverage, and then run with the ball after he catches it, where he makes, quite a few yards. All those things are important. And then, the Jets lost, they lost a couple key players yesterday. Strickland got hurt in the second quarter, and then, Lowry got hurt on that first play of the second half. And, there was a couple guys in the secondary that, I'm sure that affected him a little bit.
Coach, you mentioned Donald Strickland. Strickland got a chance to meet Sebastian Vollmer on that screenplay. I guess he's finding out, just like a lot of us, just how good of a player this left tackle is for the New England Patriots.
Well, Sebastian's done a real good job for us. It was interesting when we took Sebastian and drafted him in the second round. We had obviously a great feeling for his toughness and his athleticism and his great size and all that. But, he hasn't come from a great football background, soccer player and, a little bit in high school and the University of Houston. But he's really developed quickly in his techniques and his understanding of the concept and timing of different plays, like screen passes and, the different blitz protections and so forth that, you end up getting caught in, gap calls and all those type of things that occur. He's picked those up very quickly and done a great job with them, and has played against some outstanding players over there on the left side. Pace yesterday, Freeney the week before. Go right down the line. Porter the week before that. Jason Taylor. So, the competition's stepped up, and he's competed very well in it.
Bill, you might not be aware of this, but there was some conversation after the ball game against Indianapolis about what a difficult loss it was for you guys. What is it about the New England Patriots where you guys are able to respond after losses?
Well, Adam, we try to, after each game, win or lose, turn the page. Look at the game, see what went well, try to reinforce that, make our corrections, get those straightened out, and then move on to the next team. And, whether we win a big game or lose a big game or win on the road or win at home or lose at home, whatever it is, once that game's over with, then we try to turn our attention to the next game. And that's what we do every week. And, we've had some big wins, we've had some tough losses, but we try to approach the following week the same after each one of those, that it's time to get back to work, and unless we have a good week of preparation, that'll really hurt our chances on Sunday. And one thing I would say about last week, probably the most important thing in the week for us was our Wednesday practice. And, the guys came in on Wednesday. They worked hard. We did a good job in the meetings and the walkthroughs of really getting all the information. We had a good practice on Wednesday, and I think that really, got us off on the right foot in our preparations for the Jets. And a lot of the things we worked on Wednesday were things that showed up in the game on Sunday. So that was, I think you got to give the players a lot of credit on that. They did a good job.
Coach, I know you went back and you look at the film this morning and offense, defensively, in the kicking game. I know you watch it with a critical eye. As you've done that, maybe was there an area, too, that maybe you feel like you maybe could have been better in that game yesterday?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in the kicking game, we really didn't have a good day. They got some field position on a couple kickoff returns that kind of broke back against the grain. Got a punt block for a touchdown. We didn't have any yardage at all on our punt returns. So we didn't have a good day in the kicking game. And offensively and defensively, there were certainly spots, things that individual techniques and that we could have done a better job of. Again, the overall production was okay. But as you know, on any play, you can have a good play or a bad play, and then within that play, there are things that are good and things that need to be corrected. So we'll always do that, regardless of the result of the play. Like I said, we could have a bad play and still do some things right, or have a good play and still do some things wrong, and we want to try to get everything right as much as we can to ensure our continued execution.
Bill, congratulations on the big win against the Jets. Best of luck on Monday Night Football against the New Orleans Saints, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right, sounds good. Adam, Rich, good to catch up with you guys again. Have a good one today.
Thanks, Coach.
Bill Belichick, head coach, New England Patriots. Rich.